especially with the map pick, veteran status. Silencep looks like he's feeling better, but I'm going to go with Dahang on this one.
I think I'd definitely actually be inclined to agree with you. I rate Dahang in Duel very highly. In some cases, we always feel, me and Zoot discussed this yesterday, that even to this day, it sometimes feels like Dahang doesn't really get enough credit for just how talented he is at every game mode. And as every tournament goes on and on, this guy just comes into his element more and more. And Duel, I'm going to always talk about DreamHack Winter because that was such a wonderful performance.
It was so good, yeah.
And this was his star map of that tournament, by the way.
It's been his star map for the past decade. So if this map doesn't go the way we predicted, well, we might have to hang up our hats as commentators and analysts. So Dahang.
You mean we may have Dahang up our hat?
Oh.
I thought that's where you were going with that one, but I thought you set me up.
I'm happy to let you sink that one in.
Hey.
All right, so here we go. We've got Dahang taking away heavy armor, starting with a Blastwitz, as is Silencep. A bit of a, I don't know if I want to call that a trap at this door, especially with Dahang doing all of this damage. Silence is going to have to run away. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. Going down that direction, he doesn't have a lot of health. Dahang with the read, coming back to the scene of the crime. But Silencep's LG just takes him out like nothing. What is that accuracy?
There were so many layers to what we just saw. You know, the initial dual wield being used to force Silencep away from the center room. And then, of course, we see that the read of Dahang staying there, Silencep coming back. But then Silencep popping it as well. That LG was very, very impressive. And in the time I've taken to even finish talking, this round is actually almost over. What is going on?
I mean, that was an incredible initial frag from Silence, but Dahang has certainly gotten his revenge. 10 seconds to Mega, just a little bit after that to Heavy Armor. It's going to be Dahang not quite going for the commitment to the jump pad. And again, just like you said, a lot of reads, double backs, miscues, but it's going to turn into Rockets v Nail Gun with Dahang taking the first round.
A very bold play, trying to catch him before the Mega spawn. They definitely both had timing on that one, I think. I think that's actually why we saw Silencep push in so heavily. Kind of understanding that if Dahang got that Mega, there was a good chance he was going to chase it down because he's going to know the stack that he wouldn't have been sitting on at the time. But that was well played, a very, very fast round one. We've seen some slow ones going up into this point, but I feel like if it continues like that, Dahang could win quite dominantly. Gets an immediate catch on the Heavy. Silencep taking a lot of damage for that Heavy. You wonder if it's going to be worth it.
At the beginning of this one, with the lack of rocket launcher for Dahang, he's looking at it. He's looking to see if Silence is going to commit to it himself, but finally crossing back over. It's going to work out for him, but it wastes quite a bit of time, and that's going to allow Silence to set up on top of the map and be ready with his own rails. Dahang hasn't really lost himself positioning here, just time, but here comes Mega, and Silence is there to capitalize on the armor, if not the Mega itself. Oh, but it's going to be a bit of a late rocket jump, and one that Silence misses. What a flub. If Dahang is able to get this right, that is going to be quite the punishment.
Even with those excellent rockets, Dahang had so much stack it didn't even matter. He's going to be able to get the Heavy off that kill, naturally regenerating. I mean, you know, BJ, we didn't have a huge chance to talk about BJ in Duel back in the day, but now he's so prominent. You can see that a good fight that goes in your favor, the natural health regeneration combined with the small health bubbles, he can stack up so quickly.
I appreciate how Dahang there didn't immediately switch to LG or something like a nail gun, just calmly, quietly, patiently waited for that first rocket. But yeah, that rail is certainly going to set a precedent. He's looking for another one. Doesn't quite get the connection. Silence is able to head back down towards rocket launcher. Now over there's like 50 health you can pick up. Maybe come back through the TP if you decide it's safe. But at the moment, Dahang is going to be lurking down below, ready for this next Mega.
He can be as careful as he wants to. He has a really nice stack. He's got his dual wield as well. Can't just sit tight, wait for those pickups to spawn. I don't think Silencep's going to challenge the Mega. He's going to more listen out for it, I think, and now try and plan his next move. He's
going to hear it at the very least, and I believe he also dropped down the jump pad. Nope, he's just finally dropping down, deciding it's safe to cross that street over towards rocket launcher. He's going to come through the teleporter, though. Dahang is looking ready for him, but he's going to go up for the heavy armor first.
I feel like currently Dahang is one step away from Silencep. There seems to be one of those things where Dahang's probably always going to do. That trap was laid, but just couldn't compete. The dual wield is real. And again, even though the defensive accuracy was good from Silencep, it's just never enough.
It was a really, really tough switch as well. I think he went over to rail at the last second there. Maybe machine gun would have done the trick. I mean, Dahang was pretty low as well, but armor's up in 6 seconds. I mean, Silencep can do something with the tri-bolt here to make it unappealing for Dahang, but I think Dahang still wants to get full control.
And no surprise Dahang missed that one. Doesn't want to really sort of stick too many limbs out. That's one of those shots where we'll take it just in case, but the goal here is to just kind of avoid damage. Oh, misses a point-blank rail. I think it might have taken him by surprise. Silencep being incredibly aggressive. Now this could be a start. He gets the Mega, and now he has a nice amount of stack. If he can catch Dahang off the spawn, then maybe. But they tend to spawn pretty far away on Blood Run in these situations.
Absolutely, it's going to be Silence. Wanting to leverage some of the stack. He still doesn't have a rocket launcher. 3 minutes into the round. Has not even gotten a pickup here. 5 seconds to heavy armor. And again, another flubbed jump to the heavy armor. This time doesn't cost him quite as much. Oh, maybe not. It's going to be Dahang with a ton of LG. But,
oh, wow!
Oh, yes! The totem.
Super, super good. You know, forcing him into the teleporter, had already laid the coup de grace on the other side. That is the strength of Lane. And Dahang went for the big play. So close to it working out. Would have been an insta-kill. And it would have been a wonderful way to make it 2-0, but look at that nice little combo.
If anybody's watching who doesn't play Quake Champions, I cannot describe how amazing it feels to know that your opponent is about to walk into a totem going through, oh, a TP. Good rails, by the way.
Yes,
good rails.
Absolutely. We'll just mention that at the end as well. There were so many excellent plays at the very end of that round that there was almost like too much to go over. This is going to maintain best of one. You know, there's potentially only one round left and Silencep is out of this tournament.
It's going to be Dahang spawning the top. It's going to be a takeaway of the heavy armor. Fairly standard, but Silencep, he wants blood. He looks like he's going to get it with the starter shotgun, but it's dual shotties versus dual double shotties. Do the math.
I mean, you're a fan of Doom 2. You've seen that before.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What was it you have to say with it outside of their range while maintaining your own range? That kind of like, you know, that joust game.
It's that trigonometry for sure, but it's going to be Dahang. Looking at this rocket launcher, they're both staring at it. Silence should have a rail at this point. Yep, he's going for the shot, but Dahang didn't quite go for the rocket launcher himself. He's looking for a play through the TP. I mean, Silence has got such a great stack here, and even with Dahang getting that first frag, it was so early. It's so awkward when somebody just rushes you right off the spawn. You get the frag, but you're like, well, now it's too dangerous to go for any of the weapons. The item timing is knocked out of sync. It gets really rough.
It's the kind of situation you think about a lot too. Yeah, he's going to run away, doesn't want to walk into those nails, and I think, you know, a couple of more of those and he would have been in a bad situation. But when they both nearly died too. You know, if you're the one that dies in that situation, you know they're probably going to be super weak. It's like, how much did I really accomplish there? You know, you start almost like doubting yourself. No rail comes through because Dahang has now been able to bring himself to a health where it will take a couple of rails to take him down. Like you said, right, the second you get that early kill, it creates a very awkward situation. It's been very defensive now from Dahang.
And this is actually looking a lot like how Rafa and Garpy looked, where Dahang is having to go very passive for such a long amount of time. But again, he's the Blood Run Ninja, taking away a small armor and taking a rail off of Silencep. And coming back through the teleporter essentially for free. There's nothing really for him to play for at this point except just time and distance.
This is Dahang, the awareness of where to put himself on the map, how to be slow-paced. He's seen so much success on this map throughout Quake Champions and, you know, even before that, as you've said before. I think it's when you reach that next level understanding of a map and you're that comfortable. I mean, Dahang, he's not even been going for a single like major pickup because he feels like he doesn't need it.
At this point, it would be very risky to even show up. He's able to spam off at the Mega now that he's got a good position for the Tribal. Getting a fair amount of damage off, but Silence still walking away quite a bit better off than he started. Dahang's got the good read, just telling Silence, like, yep, I know where you're at. I'm not going to go through that teleporter for free. You can stare at that staircase all you want, but incredibly, Silence looks away just at the right moment. Dahang with the read.
Yeah, I mean, for 2.5 minutes, Dahang has been pretty much running rings around Silencep with very limited stack. He's not been firing any weapons, with the exception of, you know, weapons to kind of offer spam. A wonderful rail there, just making all the right reads, knowing exactly how he's being chased, giving him a lot of information, and now he knows he has the real estate to pick up that mega health. Very, very important. Dahang has been playing this so perfectly right now.
Yeah, I like the damage that he's doing. And amazingly, it doesn't take a lot of damage to keep somebody off your back. If you're keeping them thinking that, hey, I do need this next heavy, I do need this next mega, then if you're forcing them to make that decision instead of collapsing on you, then fantastic. If they've got the stack and they've got literally nowhere better to be but on top of you, then that's bad news.
These last-minute rails, they're just keeping Silencep behind. That's the problem. You know, he's making sure that he's always got Silencep at arm's reach, does not want to mess with that Dire Orb, doesn't want to deal with the comeback mechanic. Yeah, catches sight of him right there.
It's one of the laws of Quake. It's one of the physical laws of Quake. It's impossible to hit somebody who doesn't know you're there, but Silencep, is going to get eaten up and chewed out by that double LG.
Silencep forced into a terrible position to try and go for the comeback mechanic of the Orb, and the bad spawn to end all bad spawns, right into Dahang's line of sight, and there was really nothing Silencep was going to do in that final situation. Dahang moving on in the bracket.
I will say, after the last match, I'm a little bit, or actually specifically the match against Rafa and Garpy, I'm a little bit relieved.
Well,